Yeah. You know it? Freebirds! Yeah.
Going all the
Yeah,
way,
yeah.
all the way, all the way.
Watch how these pieces get moving like Hasbro.
You know it.
Ain't no con in these raps, so I'm trying to be calm when it comes to the cash flow.
You know it.
Talking till I die from the city we ride, no matter the outcome.
You know
When
it.
you out, watch your mouth in the jungle, a lot of them never escape from. Agent J when I bait some, 28 in my bag like I'm Freddie T. Agent K when I'm holding the city down, blocking all of the haters like Tony B. It's our year every year, if you quoting me, we gon' see on the field. They know the county, I scream it wherever I go. When I bleed, I just see black and teal. Feel like Brunel when the place is in action. Every line that I flow always solid, that mean I ain't worried about pockets collapsing. He may go all the way, running the X's and O's, gotta love how it happens. You ain't part of the gang, I ain't gotta explain why we ain't got no room on the wagon. MIT is the Army, the Navy, the greatest is Jimmy and Keenan, the ultimate package. Ooh, never can care how you feel. You are now in the mix with the men and teal. Nothing but facts inside these conversations. Keep it 100, the law of the nation. With all the smoke, we can meet at the bait. You know the location. Executing the play when the ball cross the plane, that's the gate. Hit my little celebration. Then all I can hear is them saying, yeah, yeah. Then all I can hear is them saying, yeah, yeah. All I can hear is them saying, ooh, ooh. You know it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Freebirds.
Welcome to the Minute Tail Podcast. I am your host, Agent J. And as always, rocking with my main man, J to the I to the M-B-O.
Oh, and
You are now in the mix with the men and teal.
yo, Jay, what it
J-Bo.
do? How you feeling, brother?
Feeling good, bro. Juneteenth.
Feeling
Stay
emancipated?
Stay my black ass home from work. I paid to do so.
Yes, sir.
Hopped on the grill, you know what I'm saying? Cooked out for the fam. Chilled out, bro. Had a blessed, relaxed day.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
a blessed,
sir.
relaxed, and black day.
There you go. There you go. I work. Took my behind to work, man. But yo, shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out for everybody joining us tonight, man. Yo, who we got in here right now? We got Cedric. What's up, Cedric? Robert in the building. Callie Jag. What up? Duval. Let's get it. What? Hold on. What? What Robert say he got, man? Because you know, since we brought it up, Robert said I also got some Space Cake Coast and Marshmallow OG. Let's go. That grape shit does F you up, though. Yes, sir. Well, you said 29%. I knew you was getting there. Yes, sir. Man. Oh, Devin. That's what I'm talking about. What up, though? Hey, listen, man. If you like the song, bro, it's on Spotify. It's actually anywhere you get music. Apple Music. Chulo Ramone, MIT theme song. Minute Tail Podcast. Yeah, it's even in the link below, man. But man, appreciate everybody for joining us. Everybody for tuning in, man. You already know what it is. We go keep it real. We go keep it teal, man. We appreciate the love and the support, man. And just keep helping us reach that next level. You feel me, man? Hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. Get this out to other Jags fans. Cause listen, especially times like this. Hey, man, you know you need somebody here to talk that good Jag talk with you. But Jay, let me ask you this, bro.
Yes, sir.
Did you have a good time?
Last night? Yes.
Last night, bro. Did you have a good time?
I had a great time, bro.
You had a great time. I had a blast, bro.
I had a great time.
I had a blast, yo. Last night was dope. Shout out to the student of the game, Kyle Nash and Travis D. Holmes of Big Cat Country for having us on their pod, the Duval Dive. Listen, I mentioned them on the pod before. Fire. Go check those guys out. Super chill, very knowledgeable, no ball. You feel me? If you like what you see here, you go love that over there too, man. Shout out to them boys. They were real. It was real hospitable. Yeah, that's the word. Hospitable. It was real hospitable.
So that's the word I'm looking for. But
Yes, bro.
I want to work through it, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Allow me to grow sometimes. I appreciate it. But yeah, man, they made us feel at home, bro. They made us feel at home, and it led to some fire conversations. So if you haven't checked it out, go to their YouTube channel, go to the X at the Duval Dive, the Duval Dive on YouTube. Man, check it out. It was fire, bro. What up, Switch?
The serve, it's the sweet.
Yes, bro. But listen, let's get into it because I saw some interesting things on X, and I was like, you know what, bro? I think that'd be cool to talk about, right? So shout out to J Villain Podcast at J Villain Pod on X, bro. He had reposted some ML football, one of those aggregate accounts. And they said they were saying each team's best free agent, right? And so on their list for the Jags, they had AJ Boye. Now, AJ Boye was a fire free agent. He was a good free agent. But in your opinion, is he the best?
Hell no. He wasn't even the best free agent in that free agency class.
That's true. That's true.
So I mean, he was really good, but he didn't make all pro at two different positions.
Right. Okay. So I mean, I feel like I know who you're gonna say, but for the people, who would you say would be the Jags' best free agent?
The mayor, Calais Campbell.
You saying Calais?
Bro, because dog, that Jimmy Smith shit don't count, I don't think. Bro.
What do you mean that doesn't count? Even Keenan.
Wasn't it like the supplemental? Was it supplemental draft?
No,
he's unrestricted free agent. Like we have to. Wasn't nobody checking for him. We had to actually outbid somebody for Calais Campbell. It wasn't no bid. It wasn't no bids for Jimmy Smith. Tom Coughlin took the flyer.
And it flew.
Girl.
Damn, bro. How you go? Come on, bro. How you just go knock Jimmy down like that, like a peasant?
That's definitely not. That's definitely not.
That's how I'm taking it now. That's how I'm taking it right now, bro.
Hey,
so disrespectful.
Perception is reality, I guess, but at the same time, like I think, I don't know, bro. Jimmy, but
Jimmy's him, dog.
Yeah, Jimmy's him, but I don't.
Okay, all right. So let's just say, Jimmy was the ultimate free agent. We won't even say he was better than the best. He was the ultimate free agent.
He was the highest ceiling coming from the lowest floor ever. If that makes sense. He's the most overachieving player we probably ever signed in history, if you want to put it like that. Because they had nothing to go off. Like there was nothing to go off of.
Right. Well, I mean, there had to be like maybe his college tape. There had to be something that they saw that was like, you know what?
Yeah, but his college tape was 3 or 4 years old by that time and was from Jackson State.
Right. And he suffered an injury. Yeah.
And illness.
Yeah.
Like he did the most with the least. Like I think we got the most out of that. I think we got the most. And I love Jimmy Smith. I think he's a phenomenal receiver. But like I said, that was the ultimate flyer. Like I said, there was no bidding war. Like there weren't teams like, oh man, we got to get Jimmy Smith. The Cowboys didn't want to keep him. So, like I said, people wanted Calais Campbell. So I gotta go with CC.
Okay. All right. I won't argue that. You made a solid. Your argument was so solid. I'm not even gonna fight against it, bro. It was good. It was good. Yeah. What up, Mo? I see Mo in the chat. Yeah, I would have definitely considered Jimmy Smith.
Oh, huh?
What'd you say?
It's like 11:30 at night for Mo.
Yeah,
or 11:30 in the morning.
In the morning or something.
I was about to say it might be. I'm thinking it's 8 o'clock. I'm seeing because the sun's still out. It's still light outside. I've been tripping. But yeah, shout out to Mo, man.
But I would have said Jimmy, but that's a solid argument. That's a solid argument to make. Like there was nothing expected from Jimmy. So he says 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Jesus. Shout out to Bose. 6 hours ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man. Fuck with you, dog. Thank you. That's support. He could have just watched the recording later. You know what I'm saying? But he up here watching it live. Appreciate you, bro. But yeah, I think you make a solid argument for that. Like there was really no expectation for Jimmy Smith. He just became a legend, pretty much.
Yeah.
What about so I'll agree with you then that Calais is the best. But would you give any like sneaky kind of like honorable mentions?
A sneaky honorable mention. Well, not sneaky honorable mentions, but shit. Well, I don't know if it's sneaky or not, but Puzz.
Yeah. Puzz
was good. Was really good for us. I mean,
so let me ask you. I'm glad you said Puzz. Real quick. So before Puzz, who would you say was our best like middle linebacker before Puzz?
Shit. Mike Peterson.
Daryl
Smith.
So, forgot about Daryl Smith.
Yeah, I remember Jack Del Rio had them backers for your ass.
We
had linebackers.
Who was closer to Puzz? It was Daryl, right?
I don't know.
So let's see.
When you say closer, like
being
here, like
from one of them being here to the next.
Probably Daryl Smith.
That's what I thought. Let's see. I'm looking for Puzz's. Damn, he was with Jack.
You are now in the mix with the man in Teal.
Is that what is? Were you saying Puzzle with Jack?
No, I'm saying Jack. I just said Jack had linebackers out there.
Oh, well, no, because Puzz was. I didn't realize Puzz was one of his. I thought Puzz was with what's his name over there at the Gus Bradley.
I mean, he was there too. Puzz retired 17, right? After 17, right?
Damn, Puzz was on the 17 team. I'm tripping.
Puzz, Miles, Jack, Thomas Smith.
Yeah, I'm tripping. tripping, dog. Shame on me. Alua Khan when he's not playing in the wrong position for a recent linebacker. Oh yeah, he's the best. He's the best on the team right now.
Mark Brunell, Mr. Switch.
He Hey, we said I said something on the Duval dive last night since we're still kind of talking about linebackers real quick. And I said Jack Kaiser is the heir apparent. Like I recognize that I just skipped over Ventura Miller.
Yeah.
I think Ventura Miller's a dog, but maybe with some maturity, I think he can establish himself as a leader. But like, I think the insight. You remember his mic'd up, his mic's up from last year.
Yeah.
You know, like we liked it because we didn't really get to hear from Ventrell, but I just don't think. I think it's too rah and not like inspirational. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Like I don't think his teammates, at least at that time, saw him as like being a leader. You know, and maybe that's because Foyer's in the room.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I think the difference is that with Jack Kaiser, I automatically see the leadership qualities.
Yeah.
He just, in order for him to be the heir apparent, he's going to have play that is at least on par with the leadership in order to get on the field and stay on the field. Because if he can't play, like if he's more Chad Muma, well then Ventrell's going to get that spot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I just think from a leadership standpoint, that's what gives him the edge right now as a rookie.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm looking at a report, Mike DeRocco. This is from 2015. The 10 best free agent signings in Jaguars history. So this was 10 years ago.
Right.
And he's saying that Jimmy Smith isn't on the list because he was a street free agent and not under contract with another team when he signed with the Jaguars in February '95. This means he doesn't qualify as an unrestricted free agent. If he did, he would have clearly been number one atop the list.
Okay.
And their list goes Keenan McCardell, number one.
Okay, that would make sense if you're not counting Jimmy.
Yeah. You got Leon Searcy, number two.
That's a good one. I agree with that.
Got Mike Peterson, number three.
Okay.
Paul Leslie, number four.
Okay.
Gary Walker, number five.
I don't even remember him.
He played in Tennessee and came over and played D tackle. Had 10 sacks. He's six all time. He was six all time on the Jags sack list with 22 and a half. He had 10 in his first season and is one of only four players with double-digit sack total seasons in franchise history, which is not true anymore because this was 10 years ago.
Right.
They have Derek Marks.
Okay.
At number 6.
I think that's a good one.
8.5 sacks.
He fell off at the end.
Yeah.
Derek fell off at the end, but he was good in the run and he pressured the quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 7 was Kyle Brady.
That was a good one, even though I didn't know he was a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that, but I used to love Kyle Brady when I was growing up.
Number 8 was Joel Smingy.
Who?
Joel Smingy.
Oh, Schmingy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And he was at 2015. He was second on the all-time sack list with 34,
Right.
but that's no longer true either. Number 9, Carnell Lake.
Nah,
After 10 years in Pittsburgh,
I don't know who that is. What year does it say? What year he played for the Jags?
99.
Dang, he was on that 99 team.
But
I don't know who he
had one,
is.
10 years in Pittsburgh, but had one of his better seasons of his career in his only year in Jacksonville. He had 57 tackles, 3.5 sacks, and earned Pro Bowl and All Pro honors in '99. And number 10, Brian Barker, punter, 1995.
What? Expansion? He's got to be counted as an expansion player. How was he a
Nope.
free agent?
So he was a unrestricted free agent, or he was under. He qualified.
Okay. Well, I'll say this: the good thing about that list is that only 3 of those Jaguars I don't know who they are. So kudos to me.
Yeah,
I'm
I
proud of
knew. I think
myself
I
for
knew
that.
all of them.
Yeah, I didn't know 3 of them. I didn't know Lake. I didn't know the punter you just said, and the Tennessee guy.
Oh yeah, Gary Walker.
Yeah, I don't know that guy. But on the mayor's team, on Calais' team, I would definitely say Malik Jackson is a sneaky honorable mention.
Mm-hmm.
3 years defensive tackle, gave you 18 sacks and never missed a game. Showed up to work every single day, well, every single Sunday. Sneaky good, and like we don't talk about him. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah,
one of those free agents that he was here, he did his thing. I mean, he was even here during the 7. As a matter of fact, I think the 17 run was his last year.
here today, gone tomorrow.
I think 17 because in 18 during the draft, that's why we drafted Taven Bryan, because it made sense. You know what I'm saying? We were going to lose Malik Jackson, and you were reloading at defensive tackle with Taven Bryan. That didn't work. That didn't work.
It definitely did not.
Robert says, hell yeah, good list. Big facts. So they also had another one where they said most disappointing player from last season. And they put Trevor Lawrence for the Jaguars.
Yeah.
I mean, I disagree. It has to be either Gabe Davis and or Eric Armstead, shouldn't it?
I mean, Trevor wasn't playing great before he got hurt. So I mean,
Or was he?
I can see if people say that that was the biggest.
I won't, go to war behind it. I won't go to war if you think Trevor Lawrence was but I just think like if you really think about like the hope you had for a player and what they were going to do here, I feel like the hope was really high for Gabe Davis. And, I think the fan base was really disheartened with the fact that not only was Eric Armstead not playing defensive tackle like we thought that he was brought here to play, but when he did get in the game to play, besides the few moments where he was at defensive tackle, he was taking one of your best pass rushers off the field. Had those guys playing rock, paper, scissors on the sideline to see who goes in with them. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. To me, those are kind of the two most disappointing players, bro.
I mean, I feel you. I think they, like you said, I think they all fall into the same category. They all got a whole, all those guys, both guys or all three guys, whoever, got a shit ton of money and underperformed.
Mm.
So I mean,
Mm.
so I feel you, but we were talking about it before, Trevor. We were sitting at the game. We were like, bro, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, that shit just as a because he had a couple games where he just was like, maybe he was hurt already, but you, if you gonna play, you gotta play, bro. If you not going, if you can't play, don't play. And there was times where it looked like he didn't want to play. Not from the shit that I was seeing, because it's like, how'd you miss that pass? You had good protection, you had time. It was a guy open, and you just missed it.
Yeah. No, that happened too. Trey, what up, man? Saying Duval from Shelby, North Carolina. This was interesting. Cedric says that one hurt us. Taven Bryan cost us Lamar Jackson. I think the team extending Blake Bortles cost us Lamar Jackson. Really a bad front office.
I was about to say it was of all of them. It was just a whole bunch of fuck up mixture of fuck up.
Right. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't think it was wrong for the team to extend like they didn't give him no major deal. You know what I'm saying? Like he made an additional like $3 million.
Yeah, you just ran it back with a mediocre and at his best like a fringe Pro Bowl quarterback. Like I love Blake Bortles, but you bank when your coaching staff just showed you that they were going to take the ball out of his hands instead and just run the ball when you're playing the Patriots. Like, because if you say you don't, if you show me you don't have faith in them, why extend them and not go get another quarterback? Y'all showed me how much faith y'all had in them because I watched the second half of that goddamn AFC Championship game.
Right.
That's all I had to know. But y'all wanted to run it back with him. Why? Because he has a nickname with the boat. Bitch, go get Lamar Jackson. I don't give a fuck. Like, go ruin somebody else's career if that's the case. I don't give a fuck. I want us, if we're going to ruin quarterbacks' careers, I want us to swing and do it. Not just goddamn go get guys from mid-majors and say, hey, oh, they're good. No, bro. Go out there and go get Heisman winners. Go out there and go get national champions. What the fuck are we talking about here? Like, this is what it's about. It's not about, oh, he's a good. No, you have to draft winners. You need winners in the organization. If not, nobody's ever going to know how to win.
Right. Right. No, I mean, and that's this front office philosophy. At least that's what it seems like. Like the type of people that they're bringing in, they've had some kind of success somewhere. They know what success tastes like, and because of that, they know what they have to do in order to get success. You feel me?
Yeah.
I like what Devin said because I was kind of thinking it. Most disappointing player got to be ETN. I was also thinking that too. But Jay kind of killed that argument for me a little bit when he brought the money situation into it. Saying like these three guys, they just got paid a whole bunch of money. Now, I would argue that Gabe, if you go that route, then Gabe has to be the most disappointing because they didn't even keep him. They just ate the rest of his contract.
Yeah. Well, he just cost us the most. He was like his disappointment. It was what it was, but it was just financially. Yeah, you cost us the most. I mean, shit. Josh Allen got money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, low key, you could say Josh Allen was disappointing last season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got paid too. So.
Ooh. Damn. Cedric says that 2017 defense was so good. Instead of us looking for a better quarterback, we wasted a good defense on running it back. Yeah.
That's what I just said.
Yeah. Obviously there was other things, politics. I think 18 goes differently if our offensive line doesn't get decimated.
Man, I think give Jalen Ramsey his goddamn money. He should have paid Jalen Ramsey in the offseason.
Yeah, but that didn't hit until 19.
No.
The whole like his back hurting and him not playing, that was 2019. Because that's when we traded him to the Rams.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like our offense couldn't do really anything, bro. Our offensive line. It started with Cam Robinson. He either got hurt in either the Giants game or in the Patriots game. One of the first two games of the season, he got hurt, bro. And then it was like a domino effect across the line. Couldn't run. We couldn't run the ball. Blake already was like running for his life. It's not like the line was just shut down. Blake ran for his life like the whole time. Matter of fact, did you show me like most like sacks per game or pressure sacks per game or whatever? And Trevor was like third on the list, but Blake was like number one.
I can't remember.
Yeah, but he had a high sack rate, bro. Yeah. He got hit a lot, bro. Those guys were not blocking up front. Even in that 17 run, that offensive line was not good. Now we were fire at run blocking.
Yeah, I mean
and again, remember we talk about identities. Like you could say, like we were a physical running team with the best defense in the league for that 17 season. Yeah. But before the defense, you can kind of always say the Jaguars were really good at running the ball.
Yeah, we could move people.
And pretty much after after 21, that kind of just went away. No, 22, we ran the ball pretty good. 22, we ran the ball pretty good. I guess 23. Because 2020 and 2021, we had Spinner. We had James Robinson. And he was like, besides field goal kickers or punters, is the best part of the team.
Yeah. It's just crazy. Bro, we fucking sucked.
Fucking suck, bro. But hopefully we don't have to worry about that. We kind of talked. You kind of mentioned it last night. That we lost. We had like 10 games that were one-score games, like 7 or less, right? That we lost.
Yeah, one possession losses. Yeah.
One possession losses, right? Obviously, we won 4 games. and we had 3 blowouts. Well, we were just boat race.
Yeah.
Buffalo, Detroit, and I count Chicago because they beat us by like 19. You know, 3 scores, right? So, you know, we mentioned like in the past we wouldn't even be in a lot of those 1-score games. It'd be closer to
it would be, we would be getting blown out and then try to come back and win or do some shit like it. It was never competitive games, pretty much wire to wire.
right.
Like I said, these losses felt different because we're watching, and especially because we were coming off of back-to-back 9-win seasons.
Mm-hmm.
You know that the team is physically capable enough to go win 9 games. Trevor Lawrence in the offense and whatever defense is going out there, we can win 9 games. And so for us to win 4 is just like, God damn! Like we didn't regress. The coaching just was stagnant, and it never changed.
Well, the coaching regressed.
No, it didn't regress. It just stalled. It was stagnant. It didn't do anything. It died.
No, it regressed. It regressed. Like you know, we talked backstage with Kyle and Travis after the pod last night, and remember we were talking about
yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is when
Mike McCoy left.
It got left, but but it got left in the dust. It just wasn't enough anything. Like so like I said, it was
It regressed, bro. The offense, the not only did it get stale, but it also went backwards.
Yeah.
Stuff was removed. Obviously it wasn't a forward-thinking offense because stuff that they were successful, they removed it and stopped doing it. You know, it blows my mind the fact that like if just the common people can get stats and statistics, we gotta believe that the NFL and these organizations already have these numbers. I mean, they literally have statisticians in the building. Like that's their job.
Yeah.
So, you know, how come nobody is saying, hey, man, you know, Brian Thomas, he is killing those post routes. Hey, you know, Brian Thomas is killing those crossers. And, you know, we have a really low percentage of them. Maybe we should up them. No, I'm the smartest man in the room. Keep it low because it's a surprise. They won't see it coming. That's how we keep them the best at it. What kind of dumbass shit is that, bro? That's what I mean. That's what I mean by like that shit regress. Like instead of keep moving forward with what you were good at, you dismantled it and then became disgruntled when not even confronted about it, really. You know, Neo Brian a little bit, but really Gene Fournette. Shout out Gene Fournette. Hope you're having a happy retirement. He would ask the hard questions. Like the thing about Gene was I'd listen to Gene and I felt like, yo, he's like, especially when we're mad about something, Gene will ask that question mad.
Yeah.
He will ask that question mad, like he is legitimately asking for the people. Right. And, you know, nobody's really, they're just asking him and he's up there being a fucking dick. You know? So yes, bro, like this, the offense went backwards and yet the talent, though, again, like, look, we're not defending Balky, but we're also saying that he wasn't a complete fuck up. you mentioned it on last night that Liam Cohen actually came into a pretty solid core of guys.
Yeah. Got a new car. Hey, got handed the keys to a new car. It can do a lot of things. You got to do a couple tune-ups, a little bit of modifications, but they been running.
Yeah,
They been running. It might be a V12 in the engine. You just gotta know how to handle it.
Yeah, and look, obviously there were things wrong, but at the same time, it's like it goes back to the nucleus. It goes back to the core, right? And we do have a solid core of guys. I think when healthy, Tyson Campbell is a really good corner.
Mm-hmm.
Josh and Travis and Josh and Trayvon, like they're one of the best pass rush duos in the league. Foye Luakon, linebacker. Really, the only place of question is the safety. Like, so on every level of the defense, and look, and I'll even say this: if Eric Armstead actually plays his position at D tackle, I think even he can be really good, right? So you have line, you have linebackers, and you got corner. That's like that's almost your entire defense besides the safeties, which we have legit questions about because you got a rookie back there, you got a free agent, and then you got two incumbent special team Jags. You got Savage, you got Antonio Johnson, and then you also got Cameron. How do you say his last name? Craig Silman, the Shark. You feel me? You got like 8 safeties back there right now, and we don't know who's to start. Like, if you go out and you watch practice, if you go out and watch practice, bro, you got Eric Murray and Dewey starting. Now, there's a possibility that they'll play like that hybrid 3 safety look, but then that makes me question, okay, well, what is Jordan Lewis doing?
Yeah.
And if Jordan Lewis is out on the field, where's Jarian playing?
Hey, I mean, I just hope we don't run into a situation where I know that everybody's smart there. So, but like I said, collaboration, bro. We'll see.
Yeah, but since I brought it up, we'll flip to the offensive side, the key pieces. But since I'm talking about the safeties, like that room is really overcrowded. Yeah. There's an argument for DT to still be here and Dewey just because of special teams.
Yeah.
You paid Eric Murray to be here.
Tangibly rich.
You drafted Caleb Ransall.
Yeah.
Antonio Johnson is homegrown. He's a draft pick. In his third year. But then you got Darnell Savage, who was a free agent that the last regime paid to be here.
Yep.
And he's what? 1 or 2 of the free agents that they kept.
Yeah.
They kept Eric Armstead and they kept him. Whether the free agent we got on the roster from last year.
I was gonna say, I don't know. I think you're right.
I don't think there is. I think they're the only 2 free agents that were brought in last year that are still on the roster this year.
Even if it's not, it's still close to it. I mean, ugh. Because I'm thinking I don't even factor Darnell Savage into the defense when I think about it.
But they talk good about him right now. Like this coaching staff sounds like they like him.
Yeah.
You know, but Antonio
He's
Johnson
a
looks
vet.
good. I mean, obviously we're gonna really see when training camp comes, when the pads come on, you know, when they're really getting into practicing their schemes, you know, doing their actual, you know, ready for game day installs. We're gonna see who's out there, but Dewey being out there doesn't surprise me. He was out there last year before the injury. Like, remember, we thought Antonio Johnson was going to get that burn going into last season, and it was Dewey. Dewey was getting all the burn.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden he got hurt, and then when he got healthy, they didn't utilize him until other people got hurt. So, I don't know. I think this coaching staff really likes Dewey Winger. And I think one of the things that they're leaning into, and I want to get to some of these comments here in a second, but I think one of the things that this coaching staff, this regime is going to lean into is, are you going to do your job?
Mm-hmm.
And I would say Dewey is one of those guys who is always going to do his job. I don't think Dewey, if Dewey's supposed to play high, he's playing high. Mm-hmm. If Dewey's supposed to be down in the box, he's going to be down in the box. You know what I'm saying? Like Dewey's not gonna take chances. He's gonna play his role.
I mean, he's gonna play like he always plays: smart, in control, aggressive, still aggressive. Like, hey, he gonna get somebody a run for their money, bro. That's what he does.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I can't wait. So, are we gonna wait till preseason to do the? No, we can't wait till preseason, bro. We got to do it like week 1 of training camp. Are way too early?
Way too early.
53-man roster.
Because training camp is how long?
Training camp is till August. Well, training camp is till August, and then I think there's like a week off, and then the preseason starts.
Okay, so
because then they have you know, practice, preseason game, practice, preseason game, joint practice, preseason game, and then we're in week 1 of the regular season.
Okay. I mean, I think we should be able to see. I think we need to see a practice or hear about a practice in pads before we can put our 53.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so training camp week 2.
So I mean, I don't know if it's because that technically, I guess, is not way too early. The way too early is usually for I would say reserve that for schedule prediction.
No, we did the way too early 53-man roster last year.
Yeah, but we did. That means we probably did it. We probably did it in July.
Yeah, training camp.
We'll probably do it. Damn, we might have did it the week before. We probably did it before training camp.
See, but I feel like we should at least see them in pads.
Okay.
Like see a padded practice.
I mean, so do I, but I think we did do it before training camp last year.
Yeah, we may have.
So
we may have, but definitely did it before, you know,
the cut happened.
You know, the third preseason game.
Yeah,
we did it way before then. Let's jump into the comments real quick, man. Yeah, I can't wait to break down that safety room because, like I said, it's just
water real quick, but I got you.
Go ahead, bro. Cedric says Gladstone is from a winning organization. They think differently. If you're asked, Gladstone is not keeping you because of money. Facts. And he showed that. He showed that with Gabe Davis. Didn't care. Ronald Darby. Trey says, don't mean to rub anybody wrong, but I believe in ETN. We just don't have a front line that's plain and simple. Because when he was at Clemson, he was kicking ass. That's a fact. No, bro, I am super ETN. Like, listen, I have his throwback jersey. I don't even have a Trevor Lawrence throwback jersey. I went and got his. I believe in ETN too. You know, he had one bad year, and I think everybody has just magnified it. Obviously his rookie year, he went in the first preseason game, he got injured for the season with the Liz Frank. He comes back in 2022. He has a real solid season, puts the ball on the ground 5 times. So, right. I think he only loses like 2 of them, but he puts the ball on the ground 5 times. 2023 comes in. He's even better, doesn't fumble. He's catching the ball. He's running. I think he set a record for having 3 consecutive games with scoring two rushing touchdowns. Before the record holder was Maurice Jones-Drew. I think he had like 14 total touchdowns in 23. It might have been more, but it was double digits. So yeah, I just think last year he was plagued by health issues and really just a porous offensive line. Cedric comes back and says, plus Tony said Liam going to run more physical training camp. This team about to be mentally tough and physical. Yeah, we about to be fast, bro. Fundamentally sound. I got to look it up. I don't remember what it is. I try to hit y'all with one, man. What is it? It's fast. Fundamentally sound. Attacking. Attacking. Situational masters. Tough mentally and physically. Got him. Let's go. Fast, man. That's what we about to be. That's going to be our playing style. Let's see. Cedric with another one. He says, because the old regime already checked out, they could care less about what was going on. Yeah, that's what it felt like all day. Good coaching helps, Cedric says. And lastly, tell me, how do you tell an all-pro defensive tackle to play in? What the hell? Yes, bro. And look, I blamed Eric Armstead a little bit because obviously we didn't know what was going on at the time. So I'm looking at it like, okay, bro, if you was really for the team, you would see this isn't working and you would go to the coaches and say, hey, look, I think it'd be best to utilize me inside at defensive tackle. Like I shouldn't be taking these Pro Bowl caliber defensive ends off of the field. And, then he ends up winning Walter Payton Man of the Year. And then he ends up going on John Ozier's podcast. And basically either he listens to the Men in Teal and heard us going off about it, or it just really happened that he did go to the coaches and tell them, like, look, this ain't working. I need it. And they were like, well, no, the roster won't allow us to do that. Why? Because all you had was the rookie Miles Cole and whoever you were going to bring up from the practice squad to play end. And the defensive tackle room was crowded. I mean, technically it's crowded now, but I think there's a lot of good competition in it. Thank you, brother. Facts. And they just brought in the new linebacker from the Cardinals, Dennis Gardeck.
Gardiznik.
Yes, bro. The Barbarian. The Barbarian. So this is different. I mean, all the way around, just everything that every which way that they're moving. And obviously it's exciting, but it's ultimately, it's not going to matter unless we win on the grass, right?
Not at all. It's not gonna matter. Like I said, we're ready for training camp, ready to see pads, ready to see some physicality, ready to see that old line.
Right.
That everybody's 60%. The old line is 60%. Maybe. I guess. I guess we have a new center, right?
Yeah, Robert Hainsey.
We have a new right guard.
Yes.
So that's 2.
Well, possibly 3, because you already know my take on Anton Harrison and how, I feel like Makari and Chuma they could take that spot. But if Makari gets it, that's the path. What are you saying?
People have it like penciled in. Like last night we heard it on the Duval Dive. I've heard that on the radio. I've heard it other 60. The offensive line is 60% new. I was like, well, I mean, you mean like the group is 60% new? Like all of the offensive linemen like together. We got rid of some linemen. We brought in a lot. We brought in new linemen. So like, yeah, I guess 60% of that group of the total group is better. But like, that's why I said which 5 are going to be out there,
right?
Because if it's Walker Little, Ezra Cleveland, Rainey? What was it?
Oh, Robert Hainsey.
Hainsey. What's the guard again?
So you want to put Patrick McCarry? You just want to say Patrick McCarry for the right guard?
At the guard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Because what I'm saying is if they have him play right tackle, if he beats out Anton, well then Wyatt is it Milam or Milam?
But that's what I'm saying. But people haven't penciled in. But I'm saying it. But the only 2 spots that I would say would be even quote unquote penciled in that will be like new,
center and right guard.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is like, why do so many people haven't penciled in that? I've heard it so many times, 60%. That's not 2 out of 5 isn't 60%.
Right. That's 40%.
Yeah, I know how percentages work. So
But I felt like okay, so I think I understand what you're saying, but I felt like they were saying 60% of the line like turnover as far as like new linemen in the building. Not so much as like the line itself, because even if
people they don't phrase it that way. They say this offensive line is going to be better. 60%. This offensive line is 60% different than it was last year.
So they're automatic. So what you're saying is they're automatically giving up,
and that's why
either left tackle, left guard, or right tackle is what you're saying.
It would be 3 people, guaranteed 3 people.
Yes, in order to be 60%. Yes.
And so what I'm saying is, like, that's why I mentioned it last night, is because it's like, hey, those numbers sound good, but I don't care if it's 80%. I'm happy to whoever it is, whatever 5.
But right, as long as they're the best 5.
But if it's the 40% and it's Walker Little, Anton Harrison, Ezra Cleveland, and the 2 new guys, then that's what it needs to be. Let's see who gels together. But it might be, who gels together might be Fred, Ezra, the other 2 new guys, and Anton. It could be that same thing minus Anton and Makari.
Right.
So whatever keeps the quarterback upright, bro. You already know how I feel.
Right. Well, look, bro, you're not gonna have to. I mean, we are gonna have to wait a little bit, obviously, because like the show's title, this is the dead period. But rookies report to training camp July 19th, and the vets report July 22nd. So we have, as of today, we have a month until rookies report for training camp. So, little 4 weeks, little 4 week action.
Good month.
4 week from today. So look, bro, y'all keep it tuned in, y'all keep it locked in, right? Because there's still gonna be stuff going on. There's still gonna be, listen, we could talk anything about Jags, right? Doesn't have to necessarily be, breaking news. But at the same time, man, it's gonna be a little bit slower, but we go keep the good Jags vibes going, right? Now I wonder how many training camp days they're gonna have open to the public.
Yeah.
That's my next question.
Yeah.
And the Miami practice, that's August 21st. The preseason game's on the 23rd, but that's going to be open to fans. But it's in Miami.
The joint practice?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
It's in Miami.
I'm supposed to be going out of town that weekend, and I ain't going to no damn Miami.
Let me ask you this. Are you appreciative that we only have one preseason game to go to this year, and it's the very first one?
You said, am I appreciative?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, I guess, but not really. I mean, nobody's going to play. I might not go. I don't know.
Nah, you got at least you're at least gonna have a first quarter of starters in that one. That's if we have a home game, first preseason game, we usually stay till halftime.
Mm-hmm.
If it's good and there's like certain people we want to see, we might stay a little later. But yeah, we should, as long as there's no the I word in training camp. I think we should, probably get a chance to see Travis Hunter on offense and defense.
Yeah, I forgot to. I keep forgetting, bro. Travis Hunter. Yeah, I gotta go. Yeah.
What do you mean? You keep forgetting.
It's just the gift that keeps on giving, bro. Every time I look up, it's just like, oh, we have Travis Hunter.
Yes, bro. You know who got to do that? 100 lucky fans, bro.
Bro, hey, dude.
Yes, bro. There was at a Dick's event. Hey, dude, shoe shining. The Duval. Yo, but people got to go meet Travis Hunter, get autographs, take pictures.
Yeah.
Where was my invite?
It was a thing you just had to sign up for. It was in the email, I thought. Or I saw it on Instagram.
No, I'm not on Instagram, bro.
Yeah, bro, that's us.
That's crazy. That is a crazy response to somebody who's supposed to be your friend. That is crazy.
Well, it sucks that you're not on Instagram.
Hey, Cedric said road trip to Miami. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I probably ain't going down there. Yeah. Probably ain't going down there. Cool.
That ain't gonna be the.
Yeah, I probably ain't gonna go down there, but I will be at these training camps. When these pads come on. But, bro, that's all I got.
Hey, bro, it's
Cool hour.
smooth, man.
Smooth operator. Like
Smooth, man.
Jay Smooth. That's crazy. He doesn't get counted as a free agent, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think I would. I didn't even know that. Why? What's his name? Yeah, but I knew it was something because I couldn't remember if it was supplemental. But I knew it wasn't. It wasn't supplemental. But he was just on the. He was on the street.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we're not on the street and we're in our homes, nice and comfortable, because that is your host, the cannabis analyst, Agent J, and y'all was rocking with your boy, J to the I to the M-B-O, and we are out of here. Hey, Chulo Ramone, MIT, Minute Till Podcast theme song. Get in on